In this unit, we're going to be learning about the element of space and the principle of rhythm. So for this unit, you're going to get to choose whether you'd like to make a snowy landscape in either the painting center or in the collage center, but this is going to be kind of mixed media with colored pencil, drawn patterns, collage, and then also painted falling snowflakes. And this one would be all paint. Now I chose to do this in green crayon, all the patterns on the trees, but I think that yours would look a whole lot better if you did it in Sharpie. So that's the change that I'm going to have to my example. So to start out, let's talk about the element of space. So space is an art element, so your elements are things like line, shape, color, texture, form, value, and this is space. So space can be either the way that you use the page, things like positive space, which is the subject, and negative space, which is the background. And space can also be when you're showing a sense or illusion of depth. So in this case, we're seeing that kind of depth, right? These trees back here look further away. So even though this is a flat painting, it's kind of giving you the idea that you could walk into it. So there's a couple vocabulary words that we're going to be learning. The first one is horizon line. So in both these works of art, the horizon line is the place where the sky appears to meet the ground. Okay, so that's our horizon line, the sky meeting the ground. In an indoor picture, that would be more like your eye level. So it could be the edge of the table, things like that. So the next one that we're going to be talking about is foreground. So the foreground is the area of the work of art that appears to be closest to us. And the things that are there, even though these trees in real life maybe would all be about the same size, like 6 or 7 feet tall, the ones that are closer to us appear to be bigger than the ones that look like they're further away. So that's our foreground. Then we would have our middle ground. So the middle ground is the middle of the painting, or the middle of the work of art. So these things look a little bit smaller than here if you measure them, but not quite as small as the background. So that's kind of in between being close to you and being really, really, really far away. And then the last term is background. So that's the area that's really, really, really far off in the distance. It could be the sky or the edge of the horizon line, and the things that are there would appear to be very small. So you'll notice that in both of these examples, I have my foreground, my middle ground, and my background. Now, another term that I want to talk to you about is rhythm. So rhythm is a principle of art. Principles are almost like rules or guidelines that help you make good works of art. So they could be things like balance, so how you arrange things on the page. And rhythm is a principle of art where you create kind of a visual beat. So rhythm can be created really nicely by using pattern. So you'll notice that in all of my trees, I have these patterns. And then another place that I've created rhythm in this work of art is by repeating the shape of the tree again and again and again. So that creates kind of a visual beat. Okay, just like in music you have a beat, you can have a beat in art as well. So in both of these works of art, I'm showing my horizon line, my foreground, my middle ground, and my background, and then also a really nice variety of patterns and repeated trees that creates a sense of rhythm. So you're going to get to choose in this unit whether you'd like to do the collage winter landscape or the painted winter landscape. And then from there, you're going to watch the part 2 videos that are going to show you how to create these 2 works of art.